by Facebook, like, tap, write a comment so the video can be boosted. Yeah, so we have a number of topics today. We have a number of topics. The first, we have a crazy long weekend. Fali Pupa was in the country on a lighter note. Fali Pupa wali muchalo, and we've seen all the comedies, the jokes that happened with that. That was a good thing. I wish I was there. I would have gone myself. Twakulire murumba, if you're that is our music. So, and then twalimona ba Simon wali batobe eriwe, and I'm going to talk about that. And then Lumezi. Finally, a candidate has been picked, and I think it's Mr. Banda. Let me just confirm the first name. Tonse has picked their candidate for the Lumezi by-election. It's Mr. Goodson Banda, yes, and the New Congress Party. So Tonse has picked their candidate, and we have seen violence coming out of Lumezi. So we are going to talk about that. And then also the Bill 10, the government published the Bill 7 of 2027, which is the amendments to the Constitution. They want to change the Constitution. And there are things which caught my eye on Chinja. There are things which I'm really not happy about, and I'll talk about that. Nothing sakamika sana. Atshani wachilando. What to the we not to the panel. So Maria Shayo. So first I'm quiet. So it actually number one, therefore Kulanda Pariba, Samuel Mwewa Lane TV. Okay, but Samuel Mwewa is a grown man, Walimuma 50, but his behavior does not match Imi Akayabo. Bashta behave quite one or more no. And kuti to a commenter because he's a public personality, and this is my opinion. Shireba tukana tulanda fya chiba Samuel Mwewa Lane basenda Idia Simonson kwati ni pamwabo. We know that wa Simon Mwewa bali kwa techikurwa, but amakaya ba Simon yafirefe yapwira muchikura chwabo chiri chine to the people who rent shops from him. But wa Simon Mwewa Lane wali senda that entire place opo baba kwati nakalimoni pamushiwabo. Bala chusha abantu tabasenda na consent. Bala senda chikamera bale kopa abantu without asking people for their permission. We know that ukukopo muntu pa camera or video without consent is a violation. And wa Simon kale bayambo kuchusha benalusaka bala chusha abantu. He torments people with his camera. Like he doesn't even ask people, is it okay for me to take your video? He just goes around and takes videos of people. Now, what happened at the weekend? Is it yesterday when the council went there to chase the vendors? Whatever Simon Waria. Me, I just want, this is my opinion. I say, but Simon, these marketeers or vendors, abe no mobile shishabana. Simon it's like Simon is happy to see the council harassing ama vendors. The other thing the full clan the chakobati abama vendors, they must be allowed to sell. Inga chishwa council wako selapo yonzokula tamfi ama vendors. And yesterday I went on another platform nare kutika fyoko balelanda at your other companies, like big companies, companies like Pepsi and whatever, they are allowed to sell. Yeah? But people who are just trying to earn a living, okay, this is wrong, Bakanso. You know that abantu omubalira mukwai.
Simon Mwewa, kunondera ndapo even to my site. Naliba konka sana. But the way he behaves like a child. Then you have seen something which is happening in the country. Then even ole in mapanta and shukan kobati funyani mwe 15 tumu mwe panga congestion. People na itambe ko it's about 3 days kunu mo kuyafumako. Where abakashana babiri batatu babiri bare yuwa population konde bashibala. Then ambo kuwebo kokobati many mo mwe panga congestion ati auto radio fyo bwali ngata pusho kuri bwali wala fumamo. Mr. Simon Wewa bashire approach ba council police eba ishire bambo kusta ukura star rice barabara kashi. As I watching, it was very bad. Mr. Simon Wewa basenda nomba kwana kamu is part of and parcel to the part which is rolling, so that bena bare kwata bare umfwa bwini mamona and which is not good. Yes, the other way around is doing well, but the way he behaves is not good. Then he goes to those people, because I remember last time, very much people owned. But we let them walk like Sakunoku Street. Ula ikara for me, go in the Kunan, can office or ikara, over to the Chula Muno, Tawai Shiva. Now, if you go by Tawai Shiva, now it was happened yesterday, and for that, Avene, Pantobari was still on up. So, number 5 Kirisha, and for that, even the video for yesterday was saying, Mambo to rather, no, but police, not to know police, they can't best the best one mistake, and the people they were angry. But I want to chula, they are fighting what was sang if you could pay Ravana. If you have four Ravana to school, go back to make Basonka Mayanda, then Babata William Street. Number Baran for Shan, Urioko. Those are the reasons that you're going to face at the end, and which is not good. And even to my side, it was in Munomun Kito. I think by today or even by Simon around, I will say, one way could Sokone Kuria, Nangu came be, Bare Pitamona Camel, I don't know, Katushing of Tovastation. That is very bad. Secondary foot again, I'm very thankful for Natotrapan to a good soli, Banna, Baba Sarakura Kuromes. I think as the youth in Peropotri, we are not supposed to give this other Mobasari. Let's put someone who can handle those. Both were good sorry. He is all known person to that side. I know even other people they are saying no. There's no one who can I saw the video whereby saying your violence, then I saw Mr. Garin Kumbo saying, no, we have seen now this violence has been started. It's like now PF. So we are owning the campaigning manager for PF. So that's the guy they want to. But at the end, it came around. Bauma want to PF and I want to act on Sarans. Some of them by today were about the second. It's very bad. Now what the injury is son, and which is very bad. So in the campaigning thing to where it remains, the ruling government who started and my other quite violence Karambasan. Quite violence Karambasan is UPND. So when they were showing a leadership, this is not the thing over to Apitamu, we are one another, one Zambia, one nation. Whether I'm a PF, I'm a Tonsa Alliance, I'm a UPND, what we want is to choose the leader. Who are to Afurisha Muramuro means? No matter Ambokula Ichenabeka. Then in Atwai some of the top officials who are there as a UPND, they are coming up at all, Niva Tonse, and which means number in never letter number 2 side baro. Kata number Barabacho, Abanabo number Katasuna to Equata, Umupu Kobacho. So say go which the fire Kakuni for Mori no more maize. Barabaching, Bara, never what Bara what in some wish Kalamba, but it's a Pabana. Mama. Instead of Stephen wants a nomination with a winner, Concaniepo, and Sarano, Sarah. I think, Mama, that is my end upon the Pelina.
Thank you. Welcome, Mama Notes by Edith. Welcome by Boniface. So we are here, guys, and I'm really sad. If it is Kamuchalo, Tulena Ndapadiashi, number 1 year by Samuel Mwelwale TV. His behavior, Kuriako Simonson building, Wachitakwati, he owns the place, you know. And we are here to say, but Zambia police, they need to arrest this man. Our Simon Mwewabari Wakwatama police case, ayengi sana. Excuse my language, but I can say that but Simon in a public nuisance. If you're in Galanda, this is my opinion, I can say it. But Simon, it kuria bakwatafia shops padia. Tabako etensambuya kula chusha. Abantu baderwisho kuba tibashitishe badisha abana babo. Ukula kopa abantu is illegal without consent. Beka rafina chikamera chao bale pitana bale komaba bale pali umbio mulumendo one time nali mwene na papita kwa inshita Mukairo Road na la lafyo mwine pa park bench kwa ya ma bench ya Mukairo Road baisa bale mkopa ni shure chitapa fumapa you know ba mutamfya imwa ba Simon Zambia yabanyine nunangu yabawishe mpaka kuchimule samwana chikamera tuanaka na imwe
atiwa chi janki
yes he harasses people. What right does Simon Mwewale nukula chita harasi abantu? Na ile video yali ile viral bale kopa kwatna nafi wame fyo bale chita. People are suffering. Uriyo muntu pa bench paliyopo alele maybe takwatakuwa kulala. He's homeless. Yes. Aisa fye mutauna ati senduisheko ufia kulia. From there ba Simon na chikamera cha mubale chita harasi abantu. We are tired ba Zambia police of this man Simon Mwewale. He can't be there. Kwat nakarimo nina ni baka join the Zambia police kansh. Let him apply to join the Zambia police. If he so much wants to be part of law enforcement, let Simon Mwewa join Zambia police. Bale keno kuchusha abantu ba Muzambia na ba Zambia police na bena. Tabachitafia pa diponse ba fualama uniform opo ba pitana. We don't see Zambia police going around with a camera and harassing people. No. But Simon Mwewa is out of lane. Sorry, Bali Mitobe anyway. Too bad, but you know what? You had it coming. I'm not inciting violence or wishing anything bad. But Simon need to stop. You are a grown man who should behave your age.
That's true.
Number 2, our Simon Mwewaleni. Elo baba languire liwe mairo. Papitafe panono wa Zambia police bachita issue statement. And I'm talking to Zambia police. Wa Zambia police, stop this nonsense of vukula salaula applying the law. Ba Zambia police, you are supposed to protect all the Zambians. Kudi umbio tuwa mweno yu inekada alleged brandish pistol kachina AK-47. Did we see that man arrested?
No.
Insele bale tukana. Ima ba Zambia police mkaleke chalo bakoche muno Muzambia ndemi ebafye. You can't be allowing anarchy in the name of politics.
And mama being ukurando kwa watu batonse na mwa PF ukese konkonisha panganda.
Imagine that is it. Is a serious. Yes. Tapa ino wa mutendeke uliamwa umetapali wa mutendeke.
Pata mbeshi tepi hapa. And the commanding officer for Copper Belt is there, sending is there.
We need law and order. But Zambia police mukareka abantu bonse nomba bakambiyo kulajita defend. Because someone abuka fiolu chelo na chipisto. Ayambo kula soka batonse. So Zambia nisambusha ya kwetea kula soka banturia. And brandishing a live ama gun, ammunition. Zambia police, be serious. Zambia police, be serious. Ni mwende ita Zambia police. I'm yelling at you now. Because it's too much. Udia Simon, wamule gula fieriwe. They issued a statement. Zambia police tabai kede na kuchani. Oh, we are investigating who achuma Simon anyway. Why aren't you, let me finish talking, Manalanda. Why aren't you, Zambia police, investigating all the crimes that are being done over there? Can you please mute? I'm just presenting, and then you can join in when your time comes. But Zambia police is not investigating Imilan Dushonse. Last week ba mama bari batukana twali mona ba mama ko bari batukana. Fima serefyo. Twali mu mona tibari aikata shifeuria. Did we hear a statement from Rohamonga? But Zambia police stop being like mwayaluka kwati ni mwa nomba police service iya ba ruling party. If you mwayaluka ni mwa ba private wing of the UPND, which is a shame. Because what is going to happen if Zambians now start taking their matters into their own hands because of your lack of action? Like if you're Chitike Mairo, I was like, wow. But Rohamonga can really issue a statement if you're Simon Mwewalen. Apopen within 24 hours, Zambia police issued a statement without shame. And many crimes are happening and Zambia police is quiet. But Zambia police, we are warning you. Imwe never Rohamonga imwe, you'll be held liable. Ba Rohamonga ba Jack Mwimbu na ba Grafa Umsamba. Zambia teyakwa UPND. Even if HH appointed you, you are supposed to protect all Zambians. You cannot be protecting UPND cadres only. Why? We have seen now, be mamurusakabatwala violence Lumezi. Those people, they are simple villagers and they are peaceful. Mwabatwaila violence kudia. You know, Zambian men, let us grow up. Aba omebambi mufialo balech tefi tuntulukula tuale fialo fialo pantanch. Imwema omeba muzambia mwaikalo kula alua. Mwikarika tukambio kumitukana mukala mukaise tukakana saiba. You know what? At this point nangumwankaka mukanka kefi. Because I'm telling you the truth. And I'm not going to miss my words. We are sick and tired of you Zambian men doing the wrong thing every time. When are you going to bring peace? We are a democracy. When are you Zambian men going to grow up and do the right thing? When? With 60 years of independence, every time we wake up, it's some bullshit happening. Every time, excuse my French, ngatwabu karyonse ni bullshit ile chitika. And who is at the center of this bullshit? Imwewe ne mwema politicians. Tuanaka na imwe. Vanamayo imeni na ba youth imeni. In a peaceful manner, in 2026 election, all men and women and youth must be on the ballot, which brings me now to point here, Bill 7. Eobalela ndati, 20 women will be appointed. What kind of nonsense is this? Who put that on the Constitution Amendment to limit women to only 20 women to be appointed? When women, we are the majority of the population in Zambia, we are 51%. Now, how the hell can we have a constitutional amendment where they are limiting the number of women to only 20? When we are 51% of the population. Democracy is all about majority. If Zambia is a democratic country, then the majority of the women of the lawmakers in the country should be women. That's what amendment 20 women will be nominated should be thrown out. It's an insult to us women and it's an insult to the democracy of Zambia. "20 women when we are 51%, and these are nominated, handpicked. So, but if when the 20 those who will be nominated, they'll have to be bootlicking them. That's what they want. Why do you want to nominate women and youth? So they can bootlick you and sign off every nonsense idea you are bringing? We say no to this. We say no to this. Let there be fair competition. Let whoever wants to be on the ballot be elected. by the people, so that when they go to Parliament, they have an independent voice. They are not bootlicking their master who appointed them. We are not going to allow this. We are not. It's some bullshit. Excuse my French. Elo na imwebe ne mwema MPs mweba mu Parliament nga mwamkula sign ikapite in a bill. Let this bill pass. Let this bill pass. If this bill passes, any MP who will sign off on it, Tamakabwele mu Parliament, you will not be reverted back. We shall make sure of it. Elo Vanamayo won't say, Cheni number to pompe kwimini and let's vote for ourselves. Vanamayo na ba youth. The youth, they are 70% of the population. And then you say 12 appointed youths. What the hell? 12 appointed youths out of our youth, 70% of the population? So you want 30%, 30% of you want to be ruling 70%. It's not right. It is not right, and it shall be condemned outright. And all the women must stand together and speak, demand that women should be treated as equal players. Women should not be reduced to being handpicked to be in Parliament. And we know that when they are handpicked, they are going to be bootlicking the appointing master. We say no to this. Thing yakwe bati mubule banamayo mule bachita appoint pakuti wale ni myanga mumatwi. Forget it. We women, we are 51% of the population, and I'm urging all the women to be on the ballot. And by youth nami papata, you are 70% of the population. Stand up and demand. Not only demand, act. Let us act and make sure we are on the ballot. And when we are elected, we are going to have independent voices. Let us not be reduced to being handpicked. And it's a drop in the ocean. 12%. I mean, 12 youths out of 70%. It's like 15 million. 15 million youths. 12. It's like an insult. And this whatever amendment they are trying to make, and I'll be talking on a specific item every day. But today I'm just talking of this thing where they want to nominate 12 youths and 20 women as an insult and must be thrown out. Because we know that these nominated MPs, their job will be to bootlick the appointing master. And that is not democracy. That is not democracy. Especially these same people you want to appoint, they are the majority of the population. And then you want to appoint them. So they can be bootlicking and signing off whatever. Because you cannot bite the finger that feeds you. In a country where 15 million people are living in poverty, you want to increase the budget by 55 MPs, right? Is it 55? From 156 to 246. So the total of the increment, 156 to 246. So they want to increase it to 156. Yeah, 55 MPs. It's too much, guys. If it is foolish, these amendments which they are trying to make, for me as a woman, I am annoyed because I feel insulted. Just to the fact that they want to appoint Banamayo. 90 years. So they are trying to bring in 90 new MPs. So they are trying to increase the budget of MPs to 90. this is the thing. 90 new MPs are supposed to come. And out of those 90, 55, is it 55 or whatever, 42 are supposed to be nominated. 20 plus 12 plus the I think 3 disabled plus the 8 already. Yeah. So it's about 45, 46 nominated. Honestly, even if you want to cling to power, it's a shame, really. Nganmo bakainde mwe masterminder bako bati mukachite cling to power. You know, I don't care. Bakainde ya 10-point plan yenu ngamaiche deliver fiance for mwale fire. And then you cling to power. I can even support you. Bakainde ya 10-point plan yenu ngamaiche deliver. And then ama constitutional amendments ya mwaya later. Ngandemi supporter. But I can't support you. I can't support a failed government trying to cling to power. I can't. Zambia, we are dealing with the West Njala. Blackout. Kumbibalela, that people have, in some areas, people have not seen power for over a year. Umunenu Ibrahim Traore 2 years moneni if you achitile. Number me 4 years, but you want to manipulate the constitution so that you cling to power. For what? To impoverish Zambians more? I'm done talking on this one. But Zambian men, tulemi lomba, mwema Zambia, you know, stop this nonsense. Mwatwala violence kudielo mambo kusonta neminwe. Yo, niba PF, yo, niba UPND. Like, really? We are tired of this nonsense. You just can't behave your age. You know, you can't. You want to be stupid. You want to act stupid. I'm not insulting anyone. I'm just saying that some of these politicians, they are trying to act stupid for no reason. For what? Why do you want to take violence, Kuria? Why? To poor villagers. Awe. No. We women, banamayo chen twime. Ababa umia babala tona wile chalo turelo lesha. Ifon fofwe basendabana 9 months mumafumo twaya fialo abana. Abana basubale chura chile tukaripa. We carry children in the womb. 9 months waya fialo mwana wamukusha. And now our children, they are destitute. Our children, they are hopeless. They are eating breadcrumbs from politicians. They are being sent to create chaos. We say no to that. Why can't Haka Inde come and issue one word to say let there be no violence? But Haka Inde, when he was in opposition, he condemned these things. But he's riding on all the evil things that PF did. He is riding on it, and even worse. But Haka Inde, have some shame. Bahaka in the have some shame. You cannot be riding on the same things you condemned. You cannot. You condemned this bill 10, now you made it even worse. You condemned the cyber bill, now you condemned even worse. So Mwale Kumbase to come and punish. Okay, but PF, they are a minority. Only less than 2 million voted for PF. Zambia, we are 20 million people. Should 20 million people suffer because of the beef in the UPND PF? Should we all Zambians suffer because of the beef that you have? If UPND and PF, you are less than 5 million. There are 15 million lives in Zambia suffering because of Imwe. I'm a beef yenu. Ba PF na ba UPND. Elo na mwe tuma youth mwe tupu baba youth mule konkerela These people, they are children, they are in overseas Mufialo. They are living lives you can only dream of. But Chifuti brandishing a weapon, you are suffering. Look at the kids. They were using little kids in Lumezi cheering. Their videos are circulating online. Little kids were there at the filing of the UPND candidate. That is abuse of children. Chanting UPND. A Champions League. No. We mothers, we are upset. Banamayo, turn to him and condemn this nonsense that is happening in our country. These men have taken us for granted far too long. And now they even want to curtail our chances of even... So if Ibalela 20 women will be appointed, which means the nominations, they will only nominate men. And all the women, they will say, where you be, we are going to appoint you. We are going to appoint you. Sorry, let me correct myself. I'm saying that when the 2026 adoption comes, it means no woman will be adopted. Because they'll tell the women, we are going to nominate you. That is manipulation of women. We are 51% of the population. Why should we be reduced to being nominated? We want an equal and level playing field. We want women to be on the ballot. We want women to be elected so they have the power to speak. So they will not be told what to do or say by the power who appoints them. It is nonsense. Mama Notes, what's your comment?
Oh, hi, Queen Pumi. Thank you. Okay. If I speak about Mr. Mwewa, I've got a different opinion. I think the people he takes photos or whatever of, they're adult enough to consent. So I don't really have issues with that. If they don't want, they can easily say it, and Secondly, I think the issue before I would have supported it because before there wasn't a market in place for them to trade in, of which I understood that they needed somewhere to sell so they can feed their children. But then now they've been given a premises. Why is it that we, the Zambian people, are failing to do the right thing by using the premises we have been given? I think that one we need to look at, search our conscience, and also be realistic. Because if we're going to have hygiene, if we're going to have decency, we have to drive that. Because if you find that somebody is selling on the street, they are peeing all over the place, they are throwing their fruit, whatever they are selling, punchy, you doesn't know comes and buys the same thing. I mean, let's be serious as a country. We've had cases of cholera. We don't want to go there. So I think if a premises has been issued to us, let's use it. This business of, like he was saying, that they are subletting so that they can, and then they remain without and start selling outside. If that's what they're doing, they should be, then their places should be taken. Because you've been given a premises, why are you not using it? Before I understood, it made sense because the market was not functioning. But now it is. So I think we need to be serious as a country. We need to know what we want. We need to drive this agenda because the town center is filthy as we speak. So really, we need to stop this, and people should trade in designated areas. And I think, that way to bring sanity. If we carry on like this, it's going to bring more destruction, more deaths from cholera, communicable diseases and all that. And it's not going to help us as a people. Already we don't have drugs. They are threatening so many things. We don't need that. Prevention is better than cure. The health sector has collapsed. So why do we want to create more problems that we can avoid? Anyway, that's just what I think. I think he's got the right motive in that he wants to ensure that the place is clean and they are trading in designated areas, of which I support. I don't support, before when they didn't have an area, they were, justified because Where else are they going to sell their wares if they don't have a decent place and so on? But now they do. So really, let's be serious as Zambians and try and do the right thing for once. We shouldn't always wait. I mean, why throw a stone on somebody because he's telling you to use the designated area? It doesn't make sense. You know, I can understand if he had thinking there was confrontation, but no, just because he's telling them to do the right thing, they don't want that. They want, after subletting their stores or whatever they are that they've subletted, it's wrong. So my appeal is to all Zambians: let's do the right thing. Let us not create chaos, and let us not increase our risks of getting diseases that we can prevent. Because we'll have ourselves to suffer. Our health facilities have collapsed as we speak. So, and then on the Bill 7, I don't support it one bit because I think it's just going to open a lot of doors to abuse, one, and then you'll be forced to be singing their song, even when it doesn't favor anybody. It will also open doors. Women especially will be abused, sex for positions. You know, so I don't support that one bit. Let them be elected. That way it takes out this abuse of, you know, these leaders also have abused women so many times and they still do it. Just like when they want to give them jobs in companies, some of them want to sleep with them. They tell them, okay, if you want me to give you a job, I must sleep with you. Out of desperation, women will do that because they need to feed their children. And this is the danger of this thing of people having to appoint women, because that's what it will lead to. You know, we should not be reduced to rags that anybody can use and dump as and when they feel like it. No, we should stand up as women and dignify ourselves. How do we do that? Say no to that and demand that no, we want to be elected. We don't want anybody to handpick anybody, you know. If we're going to be in this, and if they want to do that agenda, we'll refuse it outrightly as women. We'll condemn it, you know, beyond condemnation, because that's not right. Firstly, the number is not right. 20 is a drop in the ocean. Secondly, even for the disabled, why would 3 disabled be handpicked? Hell no. So we refuse that, and the whole Bill 7 has to be dropped. It is not serving anybody's interest other than the political party that is in power. And that is just one weapon they want to use to cling on to power. We don't want that. If you have failed, you have failed. Why is it so difficult to accept your failure and learn from it? You failed tremendously. The drug cartel business, you haven't arrested anybody. The Sujilite saga, nobody was arrested. And then you come to the agriculture sector, the fertilizer issue, nobody was held accountable. So why are you trying to deceive us to think that even if you give you another 5 years, anything will change? You wanted to sell 20 million hectares of land. I mean, really? And we should sit down and say, oh no, we need to give you another term. And you can even be pleading for another term, but that's incompetency, you know? It takes somebody from another country to have to come and tell you that you sold drugs. Eh? Are you not ashamed? Somebody from another country, you yourself, when the people go put you in there to serve them, you are now serving your own interests. You are getting shares in these mines to please yourselves. And we should sit back and say, no, we support Bill 7. We're not supporting it. We say no, we say no in the strongest terms. And if you push this Bill 10, I'm telling you, you'll be creating chaos. And then lastly, the Petauke issue. I mean, first and foremost, I blame the police, because this is not the first time. In Kawambo, it was the same saga, and the police did nothing. So this now, what this is telling, is sending a message to the people to say, okay, if you go there on these campaign, you are on your own. So the best method is defend yourself. That's the message that they are sending to the people. Because if the police that is supposed to be maintaining the peace and order in a community are just onlookers, then what are they there for? We might as well say, okay, individually you are on your own, you get attacked to defend yourself. in whatever shape or format, because that's what you're saying. Now, what kind of a country is that? Pure and utter lawlessness, and you say you are a party who uses the law. No, you are lawless because you want people to start defending themselves. Then you'll be hyping. No, don't say it's fighting. Oh, SP is fighting. No, 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 no. The police are there to maintain order, and you, as the ruling party, should ensure that that order is being maintained. Failure to do that heads to draw. That's how people govern countries. No heads roll. You just go with it. It means you are consenting. You know, it's part of your agenda. And the fact that it's part of your agenda, you've consented to it. It just now leaves everybody else isolated. So the message you are sending to us who don't have anything to defend ourselves with, what will happen in 2026? So the message you are sending is that, no, you now have to defend yourself because the police will just be onlookers. That's the message you are sending. And I mean, really, you should be ashamed as a ruling party because you were singing on the rooftop, hey, PF, this PF, you are pathetic. Nothing but a shameful bunch of people. That's who you are. It's about time you stood up for the people. It's about time you did the right thing. It's about time you know who put you there. And it's about time you respected the Zambian people. I submit.
Thank you, Mama Notes. Welcome, Chichi Girl, Roch. Welcome, Boniface. We'll follow the line. I don't know, Boniface, if you want to come in, or Elia, if you want to come in. But I just want to respond to what you said, Mama Notes, on the Simon Mwewa lane. You know, Simon Mwewa is not part of the police force unless maybe he's a volunteer policeman. He has no right to start to that is anarchy, that is lawlessness. If I won't say if we start behaving like policemen, how will it end up? If there is a problem, let Simon go report the police, not him going all the time Nachi camera harassing citizens. And some of these people, they're marketeers, they don't even know their rights. They don't know that if someone takes a picture of you illegally, it's a crime. They don't know it. They don't know that I have to consent. So that's why we who know the law are speaking for those people who are being abused by Simon Mwewa. Simon lived here in America, and which is really sad. And this is why I'm upset with the Simon Mwewa lane. Because a person who has come from a developed country is gone to Africa to abuse people. Here where they respect people's rights, Simon Mwewa teta sende camera yakamba kula komo muntu, kula kopa abantu no kula basusha. Humiliating people. He will land in jail. He would have landed in jail like yesterday. And this is the problem that we have in Zambia. People who know the rights are the one abusing the rights of people, of Zambians who are vulnerable. The people there, they are vulnerable. Some of them taba pushanangu grade 1. Taba yaku school. Bambi bafu mafia mumishi ba isa mkulu isha ukusambirira. Taba ishiwe fya masai balo. And then we have people like Simon Mwewa taking advantage of vulnerable people. This is what we should condemn. Yes, I agree the markets are there. But again, the government should sit and interact with the marketeers and ask them, why are you refusing to go to the market? So they find a middle place. You can't be forcing people kabiyen ku market. Abantu balekana ukuya kuma market yaria. So find a solution because these are not kids.
Abantu tabakene okuya mu market abantu batira titukaya mu mayiro tukengira mu mayiro nicho kuba Simon Mwewa isamu inenango ningawakuna inengana batulire byerinzo.
Yeah.
Ningawako nyangana batulire byerinzo serious bali samu sana mafada bali. Takwa umuntu wafira iyo wakati ni owa winafe Zambia ni owa winavyo Lusaka. Bantu wakula kuchukulwa.
They will cyber law you for you are threatening violence.
We kabaka cyber law why conquer yara tumpa.
In a cyber law here one-sided. Me, I will not respect a law which is one-sided. I'm sorry, this is my opinion. We can't be in a country where the law is selective. Too many bakapokola, but before you send the kapokola on us, send the kapokola on those also who are doing wrong. We shall respect the law if the police applies this law equally.
Bakapokola bali akulu mezi kulia bali akulu mezi bali katabala bo mine wa tonsa aranzo bali katabala
tatwa ikale muchalo mwako batuled abantu bale tuchitefya kubayizo. Yes,
ikabe side ifingati ni wa tonsa na tumvo tuna we katabali pakuti nokuwa bepesa chibayiwa amafoni
ukaleta anakini Zambia police. Zambia police will bring problems in this country because Zambia police is applying the law selectively. Na myebera poba Zambia police mwikala ndati batonse balubuli oloba opposition balubuli. No, we have to call you out. You ba Zambia police, you are the one who bring problems in Zambia because of selective application of the law. Mulesala ula ni mo bakalete mo problem mu Zambia. Ba Zambia police, it will be on your head and the law will come after you individually, you the commanding people in Zambia police. And bahaka inde tabakabeko bali kwata immunity. We have to tell you mwachusha abantu mwalu lechalo kwati nini banana republic. I'm sure Bakaunda is turning in his grave right now. Wherever Keke.
The president also must condemn such things.
Exactly. Yes, yes. Why is Bahaka in the quiet on all these things?
Silent. It means silence means consent.
Yes, and he was there. Kuriashi mnefa baka yokusakabaya ya mkula muma. Instead of telling people in his campaign to say you want to go to Lusaka baka ye muma, he should be saying no one should beat anyone. You people should be free to go to Lusaka. Anyone who goes to Lusaka and is beaten, we shall go after that person. He should condemn this violence. Not saying hidden tone messages whereby he's like he's helpless. No, you are not helpless, Mr. President. You are not in opposition. You are the president. You can make a policy, immediate policy, and it will be implemented. But now we have seen he has started his campaign, and when he's talking like he's helpless. When he is a policy maker.
Well, he will be helpless if he's before he knows it. He will be hopeless.
Yeah, because the president is talking like he's helpless. Ngabali kuma campaign baba atishani ishaishiwe chinyanga mlefa chinyanja. I don't know how to speak, but he speaks in Tonga. Mlefa kulusaka baka yemnyuma. No, that is not a language of a sitting president. A language of a sitting president is like
it's about unity.
Yes, a ruling president cannot be saying, hey, you want to go to Lusaka baka yemnyuma. No, that is not a language of a ruling president. That is a language of opposition. A president must say, you can go to Lusaka, and if you are attacked, we shall make sure that person who attacks you will be brought to book.
Yes.
This is how Bahaka Inde should be talking. Anyone who is attacked, we shall make sure whoever attacks you will be brought to book. This is how Bahaka Inde should be talking. Anyone in Lumezi who brings violence, we shall make sure the Zambia police follows you and brings you to book. Do we have a president saying that? What did the Darren Combo have to say?
In Kawambwa, they were silent.
Yes.
No.
They
were silent.
No.
They went and arrested innocent people.
Yes, and the president is quiet, our police is quiet. Police is arresting people who are being oppressed. What kind of banana republic or bullshit is this?
Oh, it's total BS.
Tatuamireke mona ule chalo mona chusha bena Zambia imu tatuamireke ba UPND ba haka inde akadima hichilema whatever. Sorry, I mispronounce your name. Ba haka inde hichilema, do your job as a president. Speak like a president. End Mungulu fighting kuma by election. End it by your word. You can make a law with a stroke of a pen, mwale. You put a executive order right now. Bahaka in the put an executive order to say whomever akatobediwe akachitenshi, we are sending police after you. Fiafi never varoha monga ba imine. Vale batoba fiediwe ba Simon varona mapanga kale statement. Other people, they are dying with no statement from Zambia police. It is some bullshit. And we're going to call it out.
Okay, good evening, people. Maybe I can also make my contribution.
Go
Am I
ahead.
audible?
Yes, loud and clear. Welcome, Mama.
Yeah, I'll start with the issue of Mubamwe, as you stated. I want to appreciate Mama Noti's contribution in that as Zambians also we should take responsibility and make sure that we were following certain rules and laws. But when you look at for me, I go with a principle of things. If you look at the principle under which Vamwe was doing that thing, that's where I will not support his way of doing things. Because you know what? If you look at the posting that he did, he started running an agenda. It's from that agenda that he wanted to go now and do whatever agenda he was running. Oh, these shops are being rented and they're renting them for so much and so much and so much. If you look at that agenda, you come and discover that actually, because from the word go, it started. I wanted to know exactly, when I read that, I wanted to know exactly which cadres are these is he referring to? Because he might be referring not to UPND cadres, but UPF cadres, because they want to run a narrative. You understand? So you need to look at things like that. Then the principle is, if you have seen that there's a problem here, there are channels to follow
Exactly.
in doing certain things. That's what, like just Queen Pumi has indicated, there are channels. Don't take the law into your own hands. In which capacity was he undertaking that activity? So those are the issues that we should be looking. That's why I told you principle. Principle is key in this whole thing. Because if it was just the actual, whether it was the council people who are doing the job or it was the police, and they were not going to be beaten. When you do something, Zambians right now are hungry. And then you go and so anyway, that is my contribution on Vamwe. Principle, the principle. Let him follow the correct channel under which he should be reporting issues and not be singing like whatever. He's a UPND cadre. We all know that. So we know the narrative that he wants to do. And we all are UPND the way they do things. They run a propaganda. And because they run propaganda of most of the things, you tend to find that they want the public to perceive that they're in the right direction. That takes me to Lumezi. The same propaganda they want to run with to say that TOS and PF are the ones who are doing what? Who are bringing violence. But they're the ones who've taken violence there. They want to run the propaganda to say there's violence so that everyone will see to say, oh, there's violence and these are the ones who have been beaten. They're forgetting that the people who have been beaten, who have even been taken to the hospital, are Tedonse and the PF people. You see, they're even standing there pretending, I'm disappointed with Gary Mpambo. They want to bring the same stupidity of Kawambwa, take it to Petauke, take it to Lumezi. And yes, the president should come and condemn this and say, I'm not in support of this. My people, he is not a people for UPND, he is a people for all Zambians, the 20 million people. He should take charge and say, I condemn this. UPND, stop the nonsense of the way you are doing things. Let the elections be held in a peaceful manner. We don't have a problem. Whosoever wins, leave it. Why are you so interested in make sure that your UPND candidate wins? That's why they're bringing those kind of stupidity of violence. We're not going to allow that. As Zambians, no. We say no. That's why, if you check, it takes me to the next point, which is the Bill 7, 2025. I'm calling it a bogus because it's vague. What are the issues that they've highlighted, which they're saying they're going to amend, which we can say these are contentious issues, these are lacunas, they have indicated. The things they've done that. I'm glad I've seen most of even the people, like I read Jordan Tonga's page. They're agreeing to say all these things they have highlighted is to just consolidate their power. And I've said it so many times to say, as Zambians, let's check in the way the governance of our country is going. The institutions in Zambia are under UPND, such that you can't do nothing. And the only thing Zambians have to hold on to is the constitution, because right now the current constitution will not make them do certain things. But that's why they're in a hurry to amend the constitution such that when you see whatever they're proposing, it's to now consolidate whatever constitution they've undertaken, they put them under their armpits and all that. That's why we are saying no to constitution amendment as Zambians. Please, Zambians, some of us, we may sound like we are youth, but they will tell you that you are the youth, you are the leaders of tomorrow. How many of you who are 35 years today or who are 25 years today, you still heard you are the futures of, or you are the leaders of tomorrow, of the future? When are you going to become the leaders if the years that keep on going, the same people who are in UNIP are still telling you that the youth, you are the youth leader of tomorrow? It's already youth. So is you. But people say everything. Hey, whatever. Don't you stand up and say, no, we say no to this. We are going to stand and say no. Women, you go and, like Madam Pumi has indicated, 51%. Then we some 20 women. For what? Is that the constitution I would want to support? No. The constitution that is talking about. Yes, I read somewhere, somebody even said there are only 2 clauses in the constitution that may be beneficial. But do we want to change the constitution because of 2 things? You want to come and increase the budget to 248 MPs who go there in Parliament, not to even debate, but to sleep, waiting for an allowance. What kind of development agenda is that?
Not only that, an allowance that they will be borrowing money from you from America to come and pay the same 96 or whatever.
Anyway, those are my contribution for now. I'm going back to do 1 or 2 things. I'll continue.
Thank you, Mama.
I submit.
Thank you, Mama. We are upset. Yeah, but Boniface, the floor is yours. Bana mayo isuleni kiparakasana ba yuthi mwisuke kwisuka. Lero apanomba twakula eba feba yuthi. Muleke neti ya kusupport ama political parties because wale tuwale mfurunganya ma political parties apa tumeti atibe na Zambia lero ngatwa mfwana tieni kupachi if they feel the candidates twa mfwana oko twaya bonse because tunechitafwe ma Zambia ningatwa sala political party kwa abantu nishiba batu babika munani kane mingalatu. What kind of nonsense is this? We are Zambians now, whichever political party they choose to go, they take bullshit over there. So if we are Zambia number tukala umfana fekwebati, let us stand at one. Zambia versus UPND. This is my opinion. Zambia versus UPND. Dilo tukala umfana fe ngatwa checking. We see the candidate we like tualanda tieni wonse to vote the chite. Tuileka no kukonke fya mapati because umwene mu mapati yomo balele telefi mfurunganya. Plan B is no political party. Plan B is Zambia versus UPND. That is the plan. That is how we are going to run. Fwe tukala imina fenomba no kabiri social media yalis. Communication is very easy. We are not going to go follow a party because if we follow a party, then they go there. Don't say muri uruburi. PF muri uruburi. If of abantu tulishita no uruburi. Our youth, they are so peaceful. Why lekafia no kulanda kukuti no kubakaka. So we have to change. This is my plea. I'm asking you Zambians, Trikatane Pamoba Zambia. It's Zambia versus UPND. Don't join a political party. Apopo tu Africa number 10 Trikatane Pamoba Zambia. Ichiwanu chesu chiponde ni UPND. Watu pesha. Ero bale karifi omutima because filefi nefe bale condemn makuri ba PF then bale chita times 10. Go ahead with Boniface.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I want to appreciate Mama Noti and Chichi for their contribution. Yeah, I want to comment on Simon Mwewa. It's very annoying. We are failing to understand where is he getting all those powers. Because we know the councils are the one who should come in and control the situation. We've seen this situation, it has been there for a long time. And I remember one time the late Michael Sata was asking the ministers to say, why do you want to move the people when you have not created the space for them? Create a space for them, then you move people out from the streets. I think we should create an alternative, a place where we can take those people. And I know for sure that even those spaces there, they can't accommodate all those people. So those issues are still there. But my question is, where is Simon getting those powers, to act the way he's acting? He's not a police. And he's never at a council. He has no post at council. It's very unfortunate that he was stoned. I think filafya kuifuaira efila muchiwe matutila ngawa badeishi mushika kusuma. So bamwewa, I think it's very annoying for a big man like him. He acted like a kid. It's very unfortunate. Yeah, so for me, yes, I don't support people trading in the streets, because there are a lot of issues that comes in health-wise and all that. But we should find an alternative for the people. People are suffering in Zambia, And when UPN came into power, we saw order, a ruby, but the same thing has started. If you go in the streets now, people have come back in the streets. It's because there are no trading spaces. So government should, provide markets, proper markets where those people can be accommodated. Now, coming to Bill 7, for me, I'm calling it's paradox. It's very contradictory. These are the people who campaigned against Bill 10 when PF was in power. These are the guys who were there to make sure that Bill 10 was not going through. But today, the same things, they've brought the same things and they're championing the same, agenda. It's very unfortunate. If you look at they are bringing 20 for the women, 20 for the youths, and the 3 for the disabled. Now, if you look at the population of Zambia, the majority are women. You are talking of 50+% are women. 70+% are youths. Now, how do you give them just 20? And that's 20 nominated, not voted. The current constitution states that, appointing authorities should nominate actual youths and women, of which they are failing. Me, I wanted to see Lumezi, they nominate a woman or a youth. Then I was going to say, yes, they mean what they're saying. But look at the people they are nominating. It's an insult to the women and the youths of Zambia, because they are just hiding in it. The evil is behind. The evil is in the details, in short. This Bill 7 is just there to make sure that these guys remains in power. They failed to build up a consensus in Parliament, because so far they've only managed 7, MPs. They've taken away 7, They wanted to build at least 111 somewhere there. That's when they can pass laws. But as it stands now, they can't, in the current constitution. No wonder they are rushing to bring in all these, unnecessary, clauses in the constitution. And it's unfortunate because most of the stakeholders, they don't agree. They're not supporting all this. So the president is not a listening president because the majority have spoken. They don't want. Why are they rushing this constitution? Why are they rushing it? Because the people have spoken. The many voices are saying no to this constitution amendment. But all we see is the executive championing it, for the sake of remaining in power. That is not democracy. That is dictatorship. And that is what they are exhibiting so far. So the women and the youths of Zambia, I really, let me echo the words of Bachichi, when she said, as we are actually older, we are speaking for the youths. Some of us, we are above, 35, but we are speaking for the youths. It's the youths who made the mistake in 2021. Actually, they are the game changer. They are the one who voted for this government. But look at what they are sidelining. One, in adopting, they are not adopting youths. In key positions, if you look at all the appointments, it's sad. Starting from the DCs, no youths has been appointed. Go to the permanent secretaries, very few, no youths there. I can say no youth. Go to the foreign services. How many youths have they appointed to go and occupy all those offices? None. So these guys are liars from the word go. It's a government of liars. They thrive in lies and propaganda, like what Bachich said. It's all propaganda. If you look at the way Mwel comes out, it starts by, showing to say the PF, they are doing this. No, you guys, the PF are out. They are no longer there. You are the one in power.
And how does it know that they are PF? How does he know that Niba PF? Market is a public place. Yeah? He's a propagandist, Simon.
He's a propagandist, that man. Yeah. It's very dangerous where we are heading to. And I think we should rise up as a nation. We must rise up. This is not Uganda. If you look at the whole composition of that amendment, they are copying it from Uganda. Sorry to speak about Uganda because we are talking about Zambia, but that is what they want to do. They want to bring that system here in Zambia so that they can remain forever. So we have to stand up and say no to this because the people are going to suffer. It's our children when we will not be there. Let's build a Zambia where even when we are gone, our children will say, yes, our fathers stood for this. They stood for principles and values. The one Wanot was talking about, principles and values and norms. This is what we should stand for, not what is happening today. We've seen how the law is applied. I was watching that video which came from Lumezi. It's very sad. Actually, the Tonsi Alliance and the PF, they refrained. They said, okay, let's remain here. Let these people pass or what? But those guys, the UPND, are the one who came from there and attacked these people. You see? And it's unfortunate the police was just watching. And you see Gary to come out like that. Gary, I think for me, is not a man now. He's not a man. It's very unfortunate to see him come and issue that statement.
We shall go after them. I think you can wind down so we can give the floor to...
I think I'm done.
Okay. Varoka, you are...
My queen,
Okay. Varoka, are you ready or Mafken can come in?
I'm ready.
Okay. Go ahead.
Naranda ko krosha kuri point wa Boniface baranda ko yakobati ba moyo wa chiro ko bati ni ba UPND ni ba PF sorry ni ba PF wa bati attack pa market kara kanote kano akabo fiyo kaite kumve fa mano yabo ngamwati mwe ukishefa chike apapandora kuri ku ground kwa kana baretiana ba nani abaretiana na ba power. After utatu kuna banu kauramla mu stadium. Kwa minister bankandu baisa yapabona kusanda ni ba